Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amber Eddington, and I would like to thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate an opening of the newest Holocaust Museum. I am honored to be here with you tonight and have this opportunity to honor the survivors and also the unfortunate ones that lost their lives during this horrific time in our history. I began my work with this organization that built this museum after I discovered that I too have relatives that went into hiding in Germany only to be caught and sent into concentration camps where they spent the remainder of their lives. Now imagine being a Jewish descendant living in Germany and it's the early 1940s, the time of Hitler's Nazi regime. You just get word that Hitler has ordered his final solution for the Jewish population, and that final solution is extermination. Not only having to fear death, you also fear captivity. Captivity means being shipped off to a concentration camp, separated from your loved ones, and worked to the bones. If the work itself doesn't kill you, you must also fear being gassed, shot to death, or dying a slow death from disease. Now, just imagine being a young girl during this time, and all you have to offer you comfort is your diary. Your diary becomes your best friend, your only escape. These are the conditions that Anne Frank lived through, and the very conditions that she wrote what we now call the Diary of a Young Girl. Anne Frank was born June 12, 1929, to Edith and Otto Frank. She also had an older sister. Anne's parents gave her that diary for her 13th birthday, and the Frank family went into hiding just 2 weeks later. That's when Anne turned to her diary for comfort. She wrote in her diary every day to pass the time during those 2 years her and her family lived in hiding. And then in 1944, the Nazis stormed the secret annex where Anne and her family were hiding, separated Anne and her sister from her father and mother. Her mother later died in a concentration camp, separated from her husband and also her daughters. Anne's diary was eventually given to her father, and her father is the one responsible for the publication of Anne's diary. We are honored to have with us tonight Anne Frank, who will be donating that very diary that she kept during those years. But before I introduce you to our extraordinary guest speaker, I would like to read you a passage that she wrote in that diary at the age of only 15. I see the world being slowly transformed into a wilderness. I hear the approaching thunder that one day will destroy us. I feel the suffering of millions, and yet, when I look up to the sky, I somehow see everything will change for the better, that this cruelty too shall end, and peace and tranquility will return once more. These are the words that our guest speaker wrote as her and her family lived in hiding from Adolf Hitler in the Nazi army. Even as she lived in hiding, she still wrote words of encouragement and hope. And what wonderful words from such a young girl. So, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you all to help me give a warm welcome to the honorable, noble, and courageous Anne Frank. Thank you.